15 crazy expensive things Post Malone owns. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. If you're not subscribed yet, you're missing out. Hello Aluxers, and welcome back for another exciting original video presented by our team here at Alux.com. Unless you've been hiding under a rock, you've probably heard of the rapper Post Malone. With a net worth of at least $14 million, this one-of-a-kind entertainer first hit the charts with his hit White Iverson. He followed up that with his first platinum album entitled Stoney. Known for his extravagant style, unkempt hair, and unique grills, this 24-year-old rapper from Syracuse, New York, is definitely on an upswing. One other thing he's known for is throwing his money around. But unlike a lot of other celebrities, he doesn't own a bunch of fancy houses, private jets, or yachts. Instead, he spends his money on a few of the things he loves most: cars, jewelry, and guns. Today, we'll take a look at 15 of the most extravagant things Post Malone has spent some of his young fortune on. Let's get started. Number 15. Gospel choir to sing happy birthday, worth $1,000. For a birthday a couple of years ago, Post Malone's friend hired a private mariachi band to serenade him with their own Mexican rendition of Happy Birthday. In 2017, Post returned the favor. He threw a surprise party for his friend Rich Chiga. He hired a gospel choir to sing Happy Birthday to his friend. We're not sure how much the entire party cost, but the gospel choir alone set Post Malone back a cool $1,000. Number 14. Retro sneakers, $1,700. It's hard to find a rapper who doesn't like to drop a few $100s on some classic sneakers, and Post is no different. He went shoe shopping and got a few pairs of expensive throwback sneakers. He got himself 2 pairs. One pair was Air Jordan 11 Retros and a pair of Nike Air Force One Highs. He also got a pair of Air Jordan 12 Retros sent to his dad back in New York. The shopping trip cost about $1,700 in total. Number 13. Popeye's biscuits, $8,000. One thing Post Malone is known for is taking care of his fans. From taking pictures with them to hanging out with them at gun shows, Post Malone is not shy. At the Coachella Music Festival in 2017, he treated the entire crowd to biscuits from Popeyes. He ordered the food on his favorite delivery site, Postmates. They actually delivered the load of biscuits for all of his fans. The bill for the biscuits was over $8,000, but this rapper is known to spend a ton of money on food. In addition to Popeyes, he regularly spends thousands of dollars on things like wings and nachos. Number 12. His new grill, $20,000. When Post Malone first hit the scene, he was sporting a ratty set of gold teeth. He said that ever since he was a kid, he was obsessed with eating candy and sugary cereals. He said his own teeth were a mess, so he was outfitted with a set of gold grills. Malone treated himself to a new grill for the bargain price of $20,000. The new set is made from actual baby teeth. The rapper said that 2 of the teeth in the 32-tooth set are actually his own baby teeth. The new grill fits perfectly over the star's own set of teeth. Number 11. Subaru WRIST STI, $30,000. One thing his friends and fans know about him is that Post Malone likes his cars. Most of them are fancy and expensive sports cars. However, Post was excited to walk into a Subaru dealership in his local town in Utah and buy a brand new Subaru WRIST STI. The car only costs about $30,000 new, but Post Malone was quite proud of his purchase. While at the dealership, he posed for pictures with his new car with fans. He also was rumored to have spent the whole day at the dealership with the salesman and a bunch of his fans who heard the rapper was in town to buy a new set of wheels. Number 10. Gun arsenal, $50,000. One of Post Malone's favorite hobbies is shooting guns. He has an entire gun arsenal at his Utah mansion outside of Salt Lake City. He loves to talk about his guns in interviews. He said he has a mini military-style arsenal. He has a handheld cannon and a pump-action shotgun he keeps under his bed. He said, "You never know when you're going to need a gun, so he keeps them all in his house." He's also known to own a Cobalt AR-15. While the rapper has not outright admitted to just how much he's spent on guns, an arsenal of a similar size retails for well over $50,000. Number 9. Chevy C10 Shortbed Pickup Truck, $50,000. While Post Malone likes his sports cars, he says he actually prefers some of the older classics. When he saw this Chevy C10 Shortbed pickup truck advertised online for $50,000, he just had to have it. He then hired Utah-based DT Auto Brokers to customize the truck. It's teal and purposely distressed to make it look like it's as old as it really is. This vehicle is a 1968 model. Similar models made in the 60s are valuable classic cars, and while we know Post spent $50,000 on the truck, he probably spent at least that much getting it customized as well. Number 8. Rolex Watch, $55,000. Malone says he never leaves the house without his gold Rolex, but he also has a custom Rolex watch that's said to be worth over $55,000. It's a Daytona Rainbow Edition and has 36 sapphires in all the colors you find in the Trick cereal. There are 11 more sapphires in each of the 4 markers. The lugs are also covered in 56 diamonds. People who have seen the watch say it's one of the coolest watches they have ever laid eyes on. Number 7. Fender Louis Vuitton Telecaster Guitar, $100,000. When Post Malone first started making music, he went into Rudy's guitar shop in New York City and was admiring some of the expensive guitars in there. The owner of the store told him that maybe one day he'd be able to afford one of them. So once he made his millions, Malone went back to the store. He walked out with a Fender Telecaster guitar lined and trimmed with authentic Louis Vuitton fabric. Interestingly enough, the owner said Bruno Mars had his eye on the guitar, but Malone was able to snatch it up before the other star could get back to the store. Number 6. Hennessey Velociraptor 6x6, $350,000. You haven't seen a monster truck until you've seen Post Malone's Hennessey Velociraptor 6x6. The star said he had to have the truck when he learned it was named after his favorite alcoholic beverage. The truck is a giant white machine with gray accents. It has 2 large wheels in the front and 4 in the back. He had the truck delivered to his Utah home and then posed for a bunch of pictures in front of the monster vehicle. Number 5. Personal Beerbong Manager, $365,000. Post Malone has a huge party house and loves having his friends over. He actually hired a friend of his to be a personal beer-bong manager. He pays him $1,000 a day whether Post is home or not. One of the singer's best hits is called Beer Bongs and Bentleys. We guess he has to stay true to form by having his own set of beer bongs and a guy to manage them for him. We're not quite sure how one manages a beer bong, but he must be doing a good job because Malone pays him over $350,000 a year to do it. Number 4. Rolls-Royce Phantom, $420,000. One of the first things Malone bought himself when he started making real money was a Rolls-Royce Wraith. All the successful rappers have a Rolls-Royce or a Bentley, and Malone is no different. Unfortunately for Malone, a Kia smashed into his Wraith and totaled it. He managed to sell it for $100,000. He used that money the very next day to buy himself a brand new Rolls-Royce Phantom. It's white like so many of Post's other cars. Hopefully this one won't get hit by an errant fan. Number 3. Lamborghini Aventador SV, $500,000. The Lamborghini Aventador is one of the fastest cars in the world, but they make an even faster version called the Aventador SV. It retails for at least $500,000. Post Malone is the proud owner of this car. His is silver with black accents and tinted windows. The car has 740 horsepower and can go from 0 to 60 in just 2.7 seconds. Number 2. Bugatti Chiron, $3 million. We said that Post Malone loves his cars, and here's more proof. He bought himself a brand new all-white Bugatti Chiron hypercar in 2019. The car goes up to 261 miles per hour and is said to be the fastest in the rapper's collection, although Post Malone said he hates to drive fast and drives his sports cars very slow. The interior and exterior are all white with black trim on the wheels. The car is the most expensive in Malone's collection as well, costing over $3 million. Number 1. Utah Mansion, $3.95 million. We've reached number 1 on our list of the crazy expensive things Post Malone owns. Unlike a lot of other rappers, Post Malone doesn't own a bunch of fancy houses all over the world. He has just one, and it's located in the suburbs of Salt Lake City, Utah. The star says he likes to live in a quiet area because things are so hectic when he's on the road. The house set him back almost $4 million. It has 5 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms. It has a pool, basketball court, and outdoor kitchen. And given that Post Malone is a conspiracy theorist who thinks the end of the world is coming, there are 30 bunk beds in the house. He said he wants to make sure he has room in his bunker for at least 30 of his friends when the end of the world does arrive. So there you have it, Aluxers, the 15 most crazy expensive things Post Malone has spent his money on. With a net worth as high as $14 million, it's not surprising this popular rapper has treated himself to some expensive toys. Now that we've gone through this list, we'd like to know, would you ever spend over $1 million on a car? Do you think that's a bit too extravagant? Let us know what you think in the comments. And of course, for sticking with us until the end, here's that bonus you're waiting for. Postmates has called Post Malone their number 1 customer. In 2018 alone, Post spent over $40,000 on the delivery app, with 660 orders totaling about 3,000 items in 52 cities. The places he orders from the most often include Pink Dot, Chick-fil-A, Burger King, and Popeyes. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxers. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpicked these videos, which we recommend you watch next. You can talk to us on all social medias or ask a question on our website, Alux.com. Thank you for being an Aluxer, and we'll see you back tomorrow.